Hello everybody, welcome back to MP Designs. Today we're going to be talking about my custom Ender 3 auto switch. It's a really simple concept actually. All I needed was a limit switch, some 3D printed parts, Arduino, servo, and some custom code, and I was ready to roll. So for this project, the main components you need are a limit switch. I'm using the one that was right here on my 3D printer when I first got it, but I took it off when I attached my CR Touch. So all you have to do is take that limit switch and attach it on the right side of your Z rail with these two screws that came with it. And down in the description you can find a link to the Printables website where this bracket is, so you can print it for yourself. You need an Arduino, a breadboard, jumper wires, and a power supply module with a cord. For the wiring, I will draw up a schematic for you guys so you can copy this project.
The schematic for the Ender 3 auto switch. So we'll start up here with the button. So one of the leads is connected to pin 10 on the Arduino, and the other lead is connected to ground on the breadboard. The servo is connected with the ground to the ground, the power to the power supply on the breadboard, and the signal on pin 4 on the Arduino. The battery, which represents my power supply in the schematic, is connected to the power to the positive lead on the breadboard and the negative connected to the negative lead on the breadboard. This is very important. Pay attention on this. The ground on the Arduino must be connected to the ground of the battery or power supply. Otherwise, your circuit will not function properly.
This is the basics of how my switch works. This little white piece moves up and hits the switch, which sends a signal back to the Arduino, and then the Arduino sends a signal to the servo telling it to rotate, which pulls the wire and pulls the switch. This is how it works. Switch. I'm using my finger, but normally this white piece will go up and then hit it. So if I turn on my Ender, it's on. Give it a second to boot up. Then this white piece comes up, pulls the switch, shut your printer down.
The NG code for this project, you'll need to open up your slicer. I'm using Ultimaker Cura. You want to go over to Preferences once you have your printer selected. Like I have my Creality Ender 3 selected. So you go to Preferences, hit Configure Cura. Then you go down to Printers, then Machine Settings. Here it'll show you your Start G code and your end G code. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to have to insert a specific line of G code. I'll put the G code down in the description for you to just copy it. Alright, so you're going to add this line of code. The Z190.1 and then the F2400. So what this does is this moves the Z axis up to the specified amount once the print is done. My specified amount is 190.1 millimeters. You'll have to change that based on your printer setup. If you have a printer with a taller Z axis, you're just going to need to measure where the button gets pressed by the printer, and then put that into your G-code. So that's all you need to do for that. Once you add that line of code, I added it right after the machine depth and where it presents the print. So that works great for me. So after that, you just need to close it. It'll automatically save. Then run a quick test print. I recommend watching your printer to make sure it doesn't go haywire and you end up with a broken printer. That's all you have to do for changing your G-code for this project.
So here we go. The printer is slowly raising up. Remember, if you want to build this, you have to change the printer's end G-code. It does not do this automatically. This had to be programmed. So pretty soon this white piece will hit the bottom of the switch, which will activate the servo and turn off the printer. 3, 2, 1. Printer's off. There you go.